Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. Today we're going to take a look at Meguiar's Professional Solo. That is an all-in-one polish and protectant, everything in one bottle. This is the M300, 32 fluid ounces for around $41. A lot of the polishes I've seen, just the correction fluids alone, can run $50 or more. So if this works half decent, that would be a good buy. SiO2 based protection within the formula, which is said to also be able to remove 3000 grit sand marks or finer, even when using a DA. It has the SMAT technology of abrasives, so it polishes, finishes without hazing, and it's said to be an easy wipe off, low dusting, long cycle time formula. We'll find out. Here we have a test panel, has plenty of scratches and sand marks, and we're going to add some as well. Since the formula does mention it can remove 3000 grit sand marks or finer, we're going to grab a sand disc and we'll do a little wet sanding on top of all the other defects and see which layers of imperfections this can remove. Is it going to be the topical 3000 grit layer of defect or imperfections or damage, or is it going to go deeper into some of the deeper scratches and more harsh sand marks on the panel? We're going to find out. Some more information on Solo. When it comes to cut, between 1 and 10, this is going to be a 6. And they normally finish down rather well and do not leave behind a haze that you have to chase after. So a lot of the polishing and correction can be done in that one step. It is formulated for a foam polishing pad. But you can also, there are other methods that you can be successful using this. You can use it by hand, a rotary polisher, and a dual action polisher as well. With the DA, the recommend baseline speed would be between 3800 and 4800. That's normally on most of the polishers, between the 4th and 5th speed setting. It's a little bit higher than what I would like to go. On a rotary polisher, between 1000 and 1500 rotations per minute. Okay, you can see the damage, you can see where it is. Let's mask off an area, shake up the formula, that rich formula, vigorously, and we're going to get to work. We're going to use this a little bit differently compared to your conventional correction fluid. Everything that has protection in it, I'm going to show you how I use it. The different pads you can team up with Solo, well, that's going to be microfiber foam, which they prefer. But for me, I prefer the 50-50 pad. So we're going to put that on the polisher, and we're going to do what's equal to 2 passes in this little test area, up and down, and then left to right. But there's going to be a little bit of a caveat here. We're going to stop halfway through and reload the pad, as you'll see, and I'll explain why. We'll dump a green shade of slimy blob on the glove here and spread it out. It is greasy. You cannot see the abrasives. So, I mean, just a quick look and a guess. It shouldn't dust. There should be a long working time, but it won't be overly aggressive either. I like 3 marble size or maybe even 3 grape size dots of the product on the pad instead of the conventional 3P size. Again, with the protection within the formula, you want to get as much of it on the panel as possible and not break it down or not overheat it. So let me explain here. The first pass is we're going from left to right. We're not going to use a ton of pressure, and I'm not going to spike the speed between the fourth and fifth speed setting as mentioned. I'm going to keep it between the third and fourth, keep it a little bit cooler. After the left and right motion, we're going to stop. We're not going to wipe it off. I'm going to add 3 more marble or grape-sized dots of the product onto the pad, and then do the up and down motion. So that's crisscross pattern, a nice even cut, and then even layer and coverage of the protectant. They do want you to wipe off the residue immediately. They don't want you to let it sit and dwell either. No dusting whatsoever. It does have a long cycle time, open time, which means you can do multiple passes. I would recommend against that as you keep breaking down the protectant within the formula. So I would just do exactly what's shown in the video here to make sure what you're laying down will give you the best chance of protection. You will see the crisscross pattern by the time we're done and we wipe off the residue. It is easy to wipe off. What we've done is plenty enough in improvement on this panel. It will clear up the imperfections and sand marks. It won't go after the real deep scratches. I didn't expect it to. It's not formulated to cut deep. Immediate wipe off of the leftover residue, and that's right after you shut down the polisher, put it to the side. Wipe off is really easy. Obviously, you can already see by now, before I even remove the masking tape, the huge difference it has made. But I'll bring you in closer, give you different angles, and we'll move on from there. Grab you guys and bring you in close, and you'll be able to see it corrected everything except for the really deep scratches through the clear or almost through the clear. Filling capabilities? Well, I'm sure maybe a little. There's no way to find out. We can't use a panel prep. We laid down protection. We're going to be picking the protection back up with the panel prep, or at least diminishing it, so we will never know. With the swirl finder, you'll see a lot of the damage removed, and that will bring out that gorgeous metallic flake in the red once again. No real mention of cure time, so let's do what we do for SiO2 products. Let them sit 12 to 24 hours without them getting wet, washing them, introducing them to free-flowing water. And a lot of times it even takes a lot longer than that. So we're going to give it some time, and we'll come back and move on from there. In time, you'll see a huge jump in gloss, obviously, from the mid-20s to the low to mid-90s. When it comes to how does it feel? Is it slick? Well, it feels, nice and clean and smooth like silk, but not slick or slippery, as you can see here from the block. The block outside the test area actually flew off quicker. Water properties. Well, there is going to be some beading. Nothing really crazy, but enough to let you know where the product is protecting on this panel. If you want to boost your durability, your hydrophobic properties, your slickness, you're going to have to add something on top of it when it's cured and ready to be layered. Forced air from a shop blower or leaf blower will easily dry the area that this protects, so the water doesn't stick to it and the beads roll off quickly. Don't expect these protectants to last very long, and you're going to see here they break down quickly. They always have in the all-in-ones, and it is something to be improved. Now these would be great for one-steps or polish and seals, something for a quick package either for yourself or one of your customers. For the channel, I would go ahead and give it a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10. I don't use these often, but they do have their place. This has been Brian from Apex Detail. Catch you in the next video.